Hello and welcome to Geek Play Studio Tutorials. We'll work on sci-fi sceneries and we'll look on some clouds control and how we work with atmosphere more in this tutorial to create some unusual scenery. So let's create our first terrain, and for this terrain you can use it any you like it, and what I'm going to do is just create a simple terrain from standard. So I'll go just click a few times till it's kind of look interesting to me. Okay, and I'm going to shrink this almost all the way down. Okay, we'll take main camera. Let's bring it up. And we'll control height a bit later, but right now what I'm to do is to look over our scenery. Okay, so let's have a fast preview. And again, this is kind of look terrain you can create. Let's create one on spiky type of terrain right on the back. And for this one, actually, I want to use procedural terrain. We'll stretch, edit, and we'll just load it some, we'll see which one's simple, ultra sharp. So let's use this one. Right here, we have it very nice looking for that. Okay, let's click OK. And right here, you can see we have one. And because it's kind of on the middle, what I want to do, I want to take one, copy, just hold down Alt button and drag and create secondary right here. Okay, and you know what? Let's do even more interesting. We'll turn this little bit sideways. So it's almost going towards us. Same right here. And we're going to create one more. Increase in size. Okay, and this will be our backdrop. Okay, let's preview. So right here you can see we have it create kind of interesting front, some rocky mountains, and something on a backdrop. This is kind of creating fast way so we can have some terrains that is interesting to look. But again, our terrain won't be main subject, so we'll work a little bit more on the clouds and see how we can create it. Let's work on a little bit on materials, and I'm just very fast going to create red yellow. It will look nice for this, and we can edit the function. And a couple of things, we can go create by altitude settings, and if we do this we need connect node, or we can just take Perlin noise and add it. So again, if we preview right here, you can see we have some Perlin noise applied to this. Okay, let's click OK, copy this material, just paste on the ground, and we also select our procedurals and paste there as well. So if we preview, you can see right here we have it some fast materials applied to this. Okay, when we start working with atmospheres, we need to control sometimes sky, and mostly in sci-fi we maybe want to have it nice planet and we want to clearly see. So we'll go to create one of the planet. Okay, let's create this large planet. We'll take phase, and one thing what I like with planet, I like to use actually my own kind of material texture for this. So we'll go to custom, and I'm going to preload this material, maybe some high resolution moon one. Again, all this will be available if you're purchasing tutorials. They will be available in a special pack. And I'm going to rotate, so I'll have it lighting just going from this side. So right here you can see it. Okay, let's maybe adjust and rotate a little bit more so we have a decreasing effect. So what I was by decreasing right here, you can see it's kind of going and decrease a little bit more this way. Okay, we kind of cannot see at this point, so I would like to increase brightness. And let's increase softness as well, so our edge will showing. And we'll start seeing right here kind of nice details. And this is a look already semi-what sci-fi-ish, and I think we're ready to jump and work with atmosphere at this point. Again, this was very fast to set up. And if you want, you can spend more time to customize your terrain, maybe create special rocks, and you can watch our other tutorials about how to create different type of rocks. So you can create those interesting materials and apply here. But let's work on atmosphere. So we open atmosphere editor. We'll go on a sun, and let's take our sun. And one thing I want actually just a little bit reposition on the side, so we have a nice depth shadow, and also right here complaining, so the sun must come from this point, maybe a little bit higher up. Okay, lights, let's switch to global radius to this point. I'm going to change ambient light a little bit desaturated darker, and we'll move more towards sunlight, so it will provide us with sharper shadows, a little bit depth, but we can rework by working with this sky dome, or a little bit maybe reworking with all lightings. Okay, we'll jump back soon in the clouds. Right now, let's look on some our atmosphere settings. Okay, and one thing what I want to do, I want to actually desaturate a little bit, have more of the kind of different color, a little bit more desaturated, and we'll look on how we can do with this. Let's drop as well down our sky. Okay, we'll leave this decay for now. Same thing. Maybe pop a little bit more over on the haze. Let's see if it's give it us nice glowing effect, and as well as an kind of increase in the fog. So it's good. You can see we start having a nice distance right here appear kind of effect. And of course we can pop up intensity on a glow, the sun, so we'll affect light and but same right, and let's go pop up our distance. So right now, even with the settings, if we look, we have it apply a very beautiful distance look, haze kind of. So let's look on the lighting a few more times. So actually, you know what? Let's bring saturation a little bit more. So have a nice coloring here. And sky, now let's change this one to more cyan color. So you can see it's good, interesting effect colors for us. This. Okay, it's here. Let's just pop up shadow smoothness, so we'll have it with the harder light. You want a little bit better smoothness right here on the side, and we increase softness as well. I think it's right now we can work a little bit more, start on the clouds. So one thing when I'm going to create dark canvas cloud right here. But for this cloud, we'll put it on top one of them, but that one actually I want to limit it. And this is new options was in latest versions of the view. So you can, if you don't have it, you probably want to look for upgrade. This is very nice because you can see how I can customize and set this cloud just on specific area. So I can put it down, maybe even closer. Okay, we can take our main camera. Okay, readjusting, you can see how very interesting with the clouds will already bring this effect just with small layer. And problem is, if you don't control by area, it may go over camera. It's much harder to create them that way. So we'll just placing over. Okay, and let's go to atmosphere editor. We'll go in our clouds. Okay, and let's see right here. You can see how sharp there. And let's preview very fast. See what we have at this point. We have very nice low clouds, but I want to create a little bit more fog. For this, we actually need to work with the density and with opacity. So normally I like to increase opacity, but I will like also to take density down. So it will create, you can see, kind of nice layer of the fog. But again, it is have patches of the fog, which look quite a bit interesting. And because we're closer, I want to pop up details higher. Let's bring altitude variation. And we can increase a little bit on a feathering. So now we have all this interesting effect kind of popping between all of them. So let's just reapply and see right here. Okay, I'm going to preview right now. You can see we have nice those clouds spread, give it kind of unusual effect. Okay, this top one we can control with a little bit altitude variation. Okay, let's go do this way. So we can drop them from the top. And you can see right here, they're kind of increasing. So this altitude variation one. As well with the coverage a little bit down here and a little bit less on density. So I want to just create a very slightly look at this. Let's add another clouds and we'll just add stratus one. Okay, and density I want to actually drop on this so they don't overwhelm. Also, maybe let's look on our atmosphere settings, some with the lighting. So okay, a little bit more to cyan maybe. Okay, so we'll have a little bit more cyan kind of color, and so we'll be well balanced on the color from cyan to kind of orange. They have very good complementary colors. Okay, let me drop a little bit down. And this is very fast to create this mist kind of look, atmosphere. You can see with nice fogs, this popping up like clouds. So some altitude type without increasing camera too high, so we can still have this like lower type going. Okay, one problem only you need kind of keep in mind when you work with the lighting. The lighting will, all those atmospheres will take extra time to render. So just keep this in mind kind of. Okay, let me pop up this one, and also we can set maybe to about 0 quality for the atmosphere. We can try to add maybe on another spectral, which is going on top, and you can see kind of going above, but problem is it start hiding our planet. So if you want to do this, we maybe want to increase a little bit size of them, reduce cover, and another way is also you can always control limit to size. So you can click on this one and just bring clouds, just bring around there, so you don't cover necessary the planet, but you can reposition this and so it's look kind of nicer. Okay, let's atmosphere editor, and we can kind of modify. Let's see an altitude on that cloud. Okay, bring details a little bit more. So we have right here our cloud. Let's bring it down. Detail amount. So we still have a cloud, but with the area effect, we don't need cover over our planet. We can nicely place where we want it. Okay, let's take density down. Again, I want to make this a little bit lighter. So normal, I'm just take density down and leave it opacity on. So let's give it this lightness on our cloud. Okay, let's click preview. Okay, in some other tutorials, I was using Photoshop brushes to add clouds. This is another ways you can do same things, add clouds to your image by area. Just select clouds, make by the area, customizing and placing them in specific. So for example, if I want maybe put some cloud right in this area right here, so just behind, we can go ahead again, add one more cloud. Okay, limit it to our density. Okay, we're going to move maybe around right here, bring it down. So you can see we start having right in this area. Increase altitude variation pop up. Let's give it more details, opacity, take our density down. So what we did with same like if Photoshop, we're using brushes to add. In the view, we're using this area limited to the zone, our clouds, to set them in specific areas, and you can see it's why I added. So it's add a little bit more details and create this beautiful look right here on the edge. Okay, maybe just increase a little bit more density on this one, so we'll have a darker area, and right this area just a little bit something up front missing. So maybe add one more cloud right up front right there. So we'll do just pop up slightly dense for this one. Okay, as well, if you want, we can go ahead and modify this ambient light a little bit more to bluish, so we'll have a nice color matching, and let's move towards light, so we'll see which one is probably right here. Okay, and let's go to add another clouds. Well, again, it's limited to the zone, and how I said before, because I want to put this closer, I'll make it smaller. Okay, we'll place it right around here maybe. Okay, let's preview. You can see, and let's shrink it so we don't cover too much. Front, I want maybe rotation this way. Okay, and let's do a couple of things. One, again, pop up opacity, take our density down. Okay, increase details because we're closer. Pop up on all of these, so you can see kind of nicer. Add right to this edge, and we'll see. Maybe I want to increase my density a bit more, but let me move it. Maybe to the side. Okay, if we increase right here, so we can make the area smaller. Bring closer. One thing you kind of need to experiment a little bit more with the what shape of the cloud. So it's kind of take a little bit more try and kind of see in which way it will go. So I'm just looking right this area, something point of interest, bring a little bit closer. Okay, let's click preview. Okay, and the clouds look good, but something right here missing. Maybe we need bring a little bit more of the some terrain, place some rocks right closer to us. So let me do this point. We'll okay right here. Density, just a little bit down. Nice. Let me check. The same, just slightly decreasing, so we have it. Okay, preview just okay. I think let me look overall. Okay, that is look good. Okay, clouds. I will increase this way as well. If you want, we can modify slightly fog to make more kind of bluish. It will give it a little bit better cyan color right on the edge. Okay, our haze look good. Just slightly darken our sky. Okay, it's small adjustment, kind of small tweaking with atmosphere settings. Okay, I think this is good. So let's go ahead and remember, always save your work just in case. Let's take this terrain. Okay, I'll copy, just reposition, shrinking. Let me just turn this way. And just to bring maybe right to this point. So we have it. Some small rocks maybe going around that area right here. Let's see if we move them. Just kind of a little bit more point of interest bring here. And we can also bring them right here as well. Okay, let's go to the sun and get softness maybe 14. So we have it a little bit nicer in the shadows. Just bring, I still want to have it shadows because to give it us nice dimension, but okay. Okay, let's put it right here. Kind of closer. I think this is actually will work a little bit better. So let's preview. Yeah, this one should be right here. So it just doesn't feel a little bit correct in this place. So it's need to be place it around this area. Okay, sometimes when you have these sharp edges, you don't want to show them. So what we're going to do it is take the bottom and kind of move this way. So you can see it's kind of cutting off. So it won't have those sharp edges. Won't show them for us. Okay. Right here. Okay. Let's stretching. Yeah, I think this will work well. Okay, I think we're ready for, let's go ahead, save work, and I think we're ready for our final render. So I'm going to set final, a little bit not highest, but high resolutions. Take a little bit time. And for the tutorial, I don't want to go that highest resolution right here. So we'll set here. We're okay. Let's run one more time on atmosphere settings. Mostly our lighting's set okay. And quality is set to 0. Okay, let's enable our stars. Okay, so let's go ahead and render, and I'm going to actually pause tutorials, and we'll come back in our next part to continue small, just tiny post-production.